Susie, back to it, and the good thing about sport is after a defeat you've got not very long to put things right, and that's this weekend hopefully up at Bristol. What's your thoughts ahead of it all?
Yeah, well, 6-day turnaround, so definitely not very long. So got some battered bodies. Obviously, it was a challenge at Sarries, good side, and in the end, probably pleased to come away with 2 points. But every point counts now at this end, and we're really trying to push for that home semi, which means we need a really good performance on Saturday.
When I spoke to Steve after, you can't buy that fight, that desire you showed in that latter quarter up there to get those 2 points. 2 points at the champion, in the bad result in the end.
Yeah, it isn't, but it's the lack of performance that we were disappointed with, and that's across the board, coaches, players, etc., etc. But like you said, we had to deal with some adversity, some changes just before and then during the game, and adapt, and the girls adapted really well. So listen, we've regrouped, and we're ready to go again. So off we go. Bristol,
you know very well. You only played them a few weeks ago. What are you expecting?
Oh my gosh, what a very powerful forward game with your Sarah Burns and the likes of Lark Davis. Very, very accomplished players, and a really skillful backline. With some very accomplished players. So across the board, they're one of the best teams in the league. So we know we're going to have to be on our money.
Derby time, any time is good for a player. It revs you up a little bit more. Do the players get that feel? When it's Bristol just up the road, perhaps different to what a Sale or a DMP would be?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're one of our biggest rivals. They come to us. We had a good game. This time last year, we were fighting to try and get our way into the playoffs, and they're doing exactly the same. These final 4 places at the top of the table are really tough to come by. So, the girls will be excited. They're always excited. The sun's shining, okay? We both want to play rugby, both Bristol and ourselves, so we're hoping for a good game.
Do you get that business end of the season feel now amongst the girls yourself? The games are coming thick and fast, but they're big games now.
They're massive games. It's weird having all that time off for Six Nations, players being away, but now everyone's back. We had to hit our straps last week and didn't quite, but now we really have to, get these next few games under our belt and prepare ourselves. We've got the luxury, if you like, of knowing we're in a playoff position, but we'd really like to be here at Sandy Park. So we're going to go all guns blazing for the next few weeks.
What have you said to the girls? You said performance wasn't quite where you wanted it last week. What have you said this week without giving away too much? That we need to cut out the errors. We gave them 15 scrums and we ended up on the back of 5 penalties from those scrums, and it's hard to play when you're struggling like that. So let's really work on cutting out those errors, upping the comms, couple of changes just to refresh a little bit, and then as I said, same as usual, let's be Chiefs. You talk about those changes there. You've got Abby Fleming coming back in, Sylvia coming back in, Nancy coming back in. What are you expecting from those 3 in particular?
They're all very energetic players. I think the energy is the big thing, and powerful. They all bring a power game. So, and they're fresh. Abby's come off the back of a very successful individual performances in the Six Nations. Nancy's been playing really well, young player, but gaining more and more experience. And of course, Sylvia, has been off the field for a long time. She's fresh and raring to go. So excited.
And last time you went up there, you had a travelling support that was second to none. You talked a lot about that in the aftermath of it all. Similar again this weekend, by the sounds of it, are going to make a trip.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's not very far away, is it? It's just up the road, an hour and a half or so, and there's no men's rugby, there's no other rugby left, so people are coming to support, which is brilliant, and it's so very important for us and the girls to feel their support. So, it'd be great.